okay. I think really I can see our defense and excitement to get back out on the field. We really obviously don't feel that we played very well really for 5.5 quarters. I know the focus normally would be on 2 games, but Arizona had 13 points partway through that third quarter, and then obviously we put together 5.5 4 quarters. So anytime that you feel like that much like the offense did after the Stanford game, you get excited to get back out on the field and play again. So Saturday can't come fast enough.
How does Arizona State variation of the spread compare to Oregon?
Well, I don't think anybody compares to Oregon. I think that anytime you have a system that really you kind of built and other people run, it's never going to be the same. But what they present issues because the quarterback's playing very efficient. Look at his quarterback rating. 3 different backs in there that make plays, not just in the running game, but also in the pass game. They throw to the backs a lot. And the quarterback's ability to make plays when things break down and he's able to run.
In terms of the pace, though, how do they like to fast run?
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same type of pace that we just faced. So the good thing about that is, after Oregon games, you do see an extremely fast pace. So at least you played against it.
You guys played pretty well defensively against Oregon last year until the end. What's the difference? Do you guys do the same types of things? Approach the game the same way?
Well, I think first off, you got to credit them. Anytime you put up those type of historical numbers, you're doing something right. They had 3 plays. They don't run a lot of plays, as everybody knows. There were 3 different plays in that game that they had not shown all year long, which is unusual for them. Usually they just kind of run their same plays over and over. So credit to them for scheming really well as well. And so we had a lot of rules built in for certain things that they came and did some different things, and that definitely gave us some issues. And I think that, like I said, that's a credit to them. After I'm sure that Chip didn't feel like they moved the ball well enough the year before, and our guys had done a good job. So next time we'll be ready to adjust.
The school released a Heisman video for Marquise today. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if you look at what Marquise has done, and I think you've heard me talk about hidden storylines because of our inability to win games, especially the last 2 weeks. You have some historical performances coming out of the quarterback and coming out of Marquise that are being missed. And I don't have an issue with that. That is what it is. Win games. When you win, we always tell our players, the more games you win, the more awards come. And so I think I didn't have anything to do with the production of the video, but I think the guys, it would be hard to argue that he's not playing as well as anybody in America. The dynamic plays that he makes does not get as much touches as a running back would, or a quarterback would. So it's unusual for a receiver to have the type of numbers that he's having combined total offense, especially the last 2 weeks.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, did you catch what Coach Shaw had to say about Marquise yesterday?
He did text me. I had not seen it, but he texted me. He didn't realize he was going to get so much play, but that he meant it. And that's a pretty big statement. So I think when other people are saying that, the head coach, you're always going to say good things about your stars, but when other people are making statements like that, I think that should be even more powerful than a video being sent out or numbers being sent out. Why Marquise should be considered in awards conversations.
How do you think your secondary is playing?
Not well. You can't play well in any phase of defense in a game and give up what we did or what we have in the last 2 games. So the blame's on all of us. And for an offense that was a running offense, to give up the efficiency in the passing game that we did was obviously very discouraging. So we're moving forward. We're going to have a really good week of practice and hopefully get back on track and play defense like we had been prior to the last 5.5 quarters.
What has to happen, do you think, specifically, without getting into the game planning, for the secondary to improve? What do they have to do?
Well, if you go to the 5.5 quarters, you've seen a lot of completions. You've seen a very high completion percentage. So we're not causing people issues. And then, especially last week, you saw a lot of missed tackles.
Has TJ McDonald played up to the standard he set for himself in these last 5.5 quarters?
Well, I probably not, because TJ's standards are so high. TJ's very competitive, wants to be the best player in America, and so if you miss a couple tackles, that you're not playing to that standard. So I know he's, as a leader of our defense, he feels the same, that he wants to really get back out on the field and play well this Saturday, and I expect our defense to do that.
Outside of their frustration as a unit and their emotional state, they've been on the field an awful lot the last 2 weeks. I think it was 94 and 83 plays. I mean, how concerned are you about that going into this game? Is that something you guys have stressed, is getting off the field?
Yeah, we didn't get off the field last week, hardly at all. And so it was a combination of two things. Then we had, I think 2 one-play, 75-yard drives on offense, so we went right back out there. The scary thing is we were pretty efficient on third down. To think of if we weren't, how fast we'd have to go back out there. So that's not really an offensive issue of those numbers of plays. That's about getting off the field, and we were doing it early in the Arizona game on third down. So we got to get off the field, and we got to make the turnovers when they're there for us to make. We really had in 90 plays last week. There was 1 turnover which we had nothing to do with. It was a missed exchange. So we've got to force more turnovers.